they're going to be...
No, what they're doing is there's going to be a Final Fantasy 13 Versus.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy 13. And I think there's a PSP version as well.
Well, like that's what I was talking about. Apparently only Sony PlayStation is going to get the full version, and then I don't want to say full version, but the original version. And then Xbox is going to get this Versus version, which it makes me wonder, like, how much exactly are they going to change? Like, why are they having to call it Versus? It's not going to. That means it's probably not going to be a full port. It's going to be either half-assed or they're going to change a bunch of shit.
Well, based on the trailer that they're showing on Xbox 360, I think that we are both getting the game and the Versus. Because the Versus is just supposed to be like a fighting game, while Final Fantasy 13 is the RPG.
Oh, okay. See, the way they made it play out when that whole Versus, and then they made it play out like we're going to be getting two different versions of the games, which kind of put me off. I'm thinking, well, fuck, I kind of would like to be able to have a Final Fantasy on Xbox since I don't own a freaking PlayStation. But I was like, if they're making two different versions of the game, then what's the point of buying it, But if they're making two exact copies of the game...
Yeah, it's not...
Okay, apparently someone in the chat says the Versus is going to be PS3 exclusive, though. So
awesome.
It sounds similar to the stink they were making about Resident Evil 5 right before it came out with the Versus mode on that being exclusive to PS3, but it ended up being DLC for both games. Everyone just mistook it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna just be for PS3, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But this trailer is pretty nice. Like, I have no idea what they're saying, what they're talking about, but the battle system looks interesting. But yeah. Okay. I didn't play it. I don't even know if anybody's in my channel. I'm not even in my channel.
Well, you can put a link to it in all the channels if you want. I don't care.
Well, it's actually on the Xbox, like Xbox Live.
Oh, okay. Well, so you guys, everyone who's got an Xbox, if you don't have an Xbox, you can bump over to Tauntaun's room really fast and check it out. If not, I'll play it later, because I'll probably check it out myself since it's on the Xbox. I want to see this myself, so we'll check that out in a bit. So, yeah.
Yeah, basically the game is supposed to look like a combination of cinematics and then real-time battle system.
Well, I thought that was pretty cool that they're not going to make a huge, big difference between what's a cinematic and what's not. They're going to try to make it kind of like Final Fantasy X was. Right? Yeah, Final Fantasy X melded together pretty well, except for the serious cutscenes. But I thought that was pretty cool when they first did on 10. It'd be nice if they could make it so that you really can't tell the difference, because that would be a nice step up in graphics to me. And from what I saw, it looks freaking awesome. But I was kind of down for. I want to see something new come out of Final Fantasy. That's my only downfall about Final Fantasy right now. I just want to see something new.
Yeah.
I'm sick of the same BS all the dang time. I mean, every Final Fantasy's got a little bit of a different battle system.
You mean in kind of the effect that Crystal Chronicles had?
No, because I hated Crystal Chronicles. I hated Crystal Chronicles. I mean, it was horrible.
That type of similarity, like a different type of game, but it's still Final Fantasy.
I wouldn't say different type. I want to keep the same battle system. I want to see. Okay, it's almost on the level of, remember 1 through 6, how everything was very. It was either total fantasy, or it was in another world that was like a little bit more downtrodden than what we were, used to. But then 7 comes along and it's like, boom, super future. That was a big change for me, and that's what got me so reinterested in the Final Fantasy series, is because I had played 1, 2, and 3 on Nintendo and Super Nintendo, and I liked them as games, but it was pretty much the same thing. It was total fantasy, and my mother was more into them than I was, because I don't know, the belief wasn't suspended enough for me to really get into it. It's a decent game, just wasn't really that into it. Then 7 came along, and it just changed. For me, I felt like that was my first real Final Fantasy game. Because it was so different from every other RPG I'd ever played before, because here you have it set in the future.
Okay. Stop playing.
On another world, that's completely different from anything, that we've ever seen. And, like, everything was different. It wasn't based on, medieval armorers and wizards and magic. No, it was, totally freaking different. And I want to see 13 be something like that 7 was to me. That's what I mean by different. I don't mean, like changing a lot of the gameplay, more changing the settings and stuff, because ever since 7 come out, 8 was basically a rehash. 9 was basically trying to go back to the original ones, but I would say it was a little bit of a failure on that mark. It was a decent game, just didn't really do what it was supposed to do. 10 was nice, but then again it went back towards some of the fantasy stuff, but I loved the whole leveling system in that game, so it balanced itself out. I didn't play 11 because 11's an MMO and I'm not paying to play Final Fantasy. And I have not played 12 yet, of course, because I haven't got a chance to play it yet. I've got it, but I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet. So I want to see 13, especially since it's going to be the first one we see on the Xbox. I want to see something different. Yeah. I want to see something different for the the first one on the Xbox release. That'd be really cool. That's my big take.
The way 13 looks, like every time they attack, it's like a combo of attacks. It's not just like one slash or something. So it kind of reminds me of the old school Final Fantasies before, where you'd have like multiple hits.
Yeah.
Except it actually like plays it out instead of just saying it's like 23 hits or something.
No, that's pretty much I'm not trying to hate on Final Fantasy. It's a good series.
Yeah.
I just want to see something different. That's my only.
We all want to see something different.
Basically renovated.
Yeah, re-innovate the storylines or something, Which 13 looks like it could do that with the fact that they're not going to be doing cutscenes, really. I think that'd be cool. Anyways, that's going to wrap up the Week in Review section of our podcast. Quickly go over what we're currently playing. Like I said, we're going to start in the same order we did before, so it's going to be Jeremy, Randy, myself, and Anthony. Yep.
Oh, for fuck's sake, you guys are feeding me to the fishes first.
Yeah, every time, son.
I gotta set the bar for you guys.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Yeah, you worm.
Says the man next door. But yeah.
Oh, kids.
You say that every time, sir, but we never listen.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, we'll give you some Geritol and you can shut up. We'll fix your teeth in a second. Just leave us be. We're trying to do something important. Damn old man.
Give it some Vegemite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, I heard Murder, She Wrote's on in a half hour.
I like things I remember.
I remember the days when you had to blow in the damn cartridges to get them to play.
Yeah.
Even then, the screen might flash colors.
Sad enough, I do remember those days. Oh God.
Dude, I remember those days too. I remember even putting a slice of bread into a Nintendo.
Dude, I remember I made a game out of putting games into the thing. I thought to myself, I said, okay, if it doesn't work, what color is it going to flash? Because it was never the same color.
It never was. It was always pink, blue, purple, red, green. It's like, seriously, make up your fucking mind. Anyways. Jeremy, you're up.
I digress.
What are you currently playing?
Currently playing.
Well, as most people have been, watching and whatnot, one of the ones that I'm currently playing lately has been Saints Row 2, because, Manji got it, and we've been going through the whole co-op together, so.
Great game.
It's a fantastic game. For those who don't know, I have beaten it before, but, I'm not against going through it again, which is why this whole situation is as such.
I didn't know.
The more you know.
Uh-oh. Somebody dropped.
Nah.
You bastard. But yeah, I mean, dude, Saints Row is a fantastic game. It's got it's open sandbox. A lot of people call it.
Oh, you cut out there for a second. Start again.
Let's